Hello, YouTube, and hello to my wonderful new audience. This is Le Robot. What do you think of my new profile picture? Smile? Cheeky, ain't it? Anyways, this is my 5th attempt at making this video. Well, it's kinda subpar, and I promise you, if there's something that's missing, I did try. And no face I can make with this robotic screen face can fully visualize my frustration between the microphone and the editor and the noises. Anyways, this is my VisuWizardtron 1000, my visual aid. Basically a TV from the future. So this piece started when J. Cole said that him, Drake, and Kendrick, Lamar were the big three of rap. Said, who's the hardest MC? Is it K-Dot, Aubrey, or me? We the big three like we started a league. Basically, he was trying to be like, hey, let's not fight, because we're all great. We're all great. We're equally great. And Kendrick was probably thinking, have you seen my Pulitzer Prize, motherfucker? And so when Kendrick responded, unlike that, J. Cole kinda had to retaliate a little, especially getting egged on by his fans. He drops 3-minute drill and might delete later, which was pretty pathetic because he just surrendered immediately. Yep, he just gave up. Switched sides, actually. Pulled in Italy from World War II. And honestly, and then he dropped out the face of the earth, and honestly, who can blame him? Man died of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Man dodged the Tsar Bomba. Dodged that volcano that blocked out the sun. Just dodged all the natural disasters and man-made disasters ever. Then push-ups happened from Drake, making fun of Kendrick Lamar having size 7 shoes and being on pop songs, even though people go after Drake for being a pop star and not being, enough rap or whatever. And honestly, it's kinda good. I mean, kinda. He did tell Metro to go and make some drums, which was a big mistake. Big mistake. You'll regret that. Rick Ross then comes in and drops Champagne Moments. It is luxurious sounding. And the music video looks luxurious, like the camera looks so high definition. Ooh. The beat's made by a 16-year-old apparently, but you would not know that. Also, notice that hashtag in the bottom left? That will come into play later. Also, Kanye got in on this beef. But we could talk about that in another video, in the more distant future, because I've got a few ideas first. Also, AI Tupac, Robopac, if you will. Yeah, Drake flat out did that. And even as a robot myself, I've got to say, that's taking it a bit too far. Heck, I didn't even, I thought, like, as somebody who even saw the nuance in the George Carlin AI special, no, Drake, this makes you look lame. Even though your verse was pretty good, though. Also, Snoop Dogg's reaction to his AI, we can talk, you know what, I'll save that for a second video on this. after my next video ideas. Euphoria happened, which was basically Kendrick snapping after being prodded for weeks by Drake and his posse. It starts by sampling, "Everything they say about me is true! I'm a phony!" But in reverse, so it's Euphoria. Ding. And then he goes in on Drake. He says that when he sees Sexy Red, Kendrick believes that Drake sees two bad bitches. Yeah. And he also says, "I hate you. I hate the way you talk. I hate the way you walk. I hate how you say the N-word. I hate every woman you've ever fucked." Did I mention I hate how you say the N-word? Jesus Christ. Kendrick, if you want to diss Drake again, I got an idea for your next cover. You might have to consult the Ellison estate, but does it not fit? Does it not fit? Does it not fit? AM just vibing to this while he tortures humans. Yeah, I hate the way you walk. I hate the way you talk. Hate. Anyway, cracked myself up where it was like. Yeah, got himself on Mount Hatemore with that one. Just inspired people with that hatred. But Drake dropped Family Matters, so that was pretty good. Yeah, it was an alright song, although he does say some things which are kind of silly. Which, by saying stuff like telling The Weeknd, "Your music's played where they got a little more pride," basically saying that The Weeknd's fan base is gay, which, considering Kendrick accused you of seeing two bad bitches when you see Sexy Red, and saying you might pop ass with them. And just your reputation in general for being zesty as hell. Though I'm not accusing you of being zesty, that's just what the internet's agreed upon. The rebuttals to this could be crazy. The Weeknd, if he wanted to, yeah, he could rebuttal that. But the last third of the song, actually the last half of the song almost, the flow's pretty good. And the beat's pretty solid too, especially the last third. That's one of the, and the flow's just amazing. I did a lot of with all of my eyes. I did a lot of with all of my eyes. Gotta be over by now. I'm not exactly a singer when I can't get the melody right. That's why we leave it to Drake, right? That's why we leave it to Drake. Until Kendrick murdered him, but that's for later. Anyways, yeah, solid song. At least a 7 or 8 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for the last third speed and flow. But he keeps Kendrick beating his life, which you fucked up. Because Kendrick was repeatedly warning you, don't take it to family. Like in Euphoria, I almost forgot. In Euphoria, he said, "Talk of my family, Crody? Someone's gonna bleed in your family, Crody." Well, mocking the Toronto accent and also calling Drake a name based on Drake's cat's name. But, where was I? Right. Yeah, Drake would have hell to pay for bringing up family, is what I'm getting at. Because Kendrick also warned him in 616 in LA. Notice that notice that glove in the middle. Because 616 in LA's cover was the zoomed in version of Meet the Grams. I'm going to simulate sweating by doing this back and forth. Because that's what I imagine Drake would be doing as he hears the boss music. Dun 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 dun. Also, the first words are, "Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be a Nestor," or something like that. He definitely said "Dear Adonis." Those were the first two words, and said, "I wish your dad would have worn a condom." Basically, if only you were never born so you would never have to be associated with Drake. But it gets darker. He says, "Sandra, which is Drake's mother. What I'm about to say is heavy. Now listen. Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think like him should die. Him and Weinstein should get up in a cell for the rest of their life. He hates black women, hypersexualizes them with kinks of a nympho fetish. Grew facial hair because he understood that being a beard just fit him better. He got sex offenders at OVO, which he pays on a monthly allowance. That child should never compromise, and he keeping his child around them." Also, let's circle back to the fact that he called for Drake's death. Yeah, he said, "I think, fellas like him should die, die, die." And I said that 3 times because he called for Drake's death 3 times. You know, like it was fucking Beetlejuice. Drake, this might be over, buddy. I mean, he called out your father and said you created a horrible fucking person. The nerve of you for bringing this into the world. Even though he wasn't even there during Drake's childhood. Like, he just destroyed you. And also it replays the A minor key over and over. And all this stuff's connected. This is why you don't go after a Pulitzer Prize winner for somebody a rapper who's so good at rapping and so complex in his raps that he won a Pulitzer for rapping. That's why you don't do it. And imagine if that Pulitzer Prize person jumped on a West Coast frickin' DJ Mustard beat. And now imagine no more, because that actually happened. Not like us. They not like us. They not like us. I mean, he accused him of shagging up Lil Wayne's girl while he was in jail. Said, "I'm glad D-Rose came home, to America. You didn't deserve him neither." And said that his homeboys need to be subpoenaed, placed on neighborhood watch. He doxed his house, put 15 sex offender symbols on it, if I'm counting correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, only 13 sex offender symbols. 13 sex offender symbols over his house! A real photo of his house! Did I mention it got shot up? Anyways, this song's pretty good. Especially the call and response stuff and the freaky ass. He has 6 and I'm freaking. Hey, run for your life. Let me hear you say, "O-V ho, O-V." And I know I can't do the dancey sing-song stuff. Well, I mean, I can sing like swing and stuff, but not really West Coast rap. But I mean, you can look it up for yourself. I mean, it's really good. Like, usually I view myself as above a song that says he's a 69 God, but Kendrick's able to write it in such a way where I don't think that. I'm just like, yeah, hey, run for your life. And also, that's a Bill Cosby reference, by the way. He straight up called him, pretty much said, you're like the cause. Hey, run for your life. And I think I saw the Duolingo bird dance to this, for God's sakes. It's everywhere. Everywhere. Marching bands. The retirement home shindigs. Frickin'. I think it's over, Drake. Unless you drop something. Oh, right. Don't think we forgot about this one, Drake. The Heart Part 6. The Heart Part 6. Now, I'll give it some credit. But only because everybody in the world acts like it's absolute garbage. Like it's some sort of sewage with no redeeming qualities. People act like it's straight up the worst song ever, which isn't true. It's because the sample's actually not that bad. And if he actually utilized it to its fullest potential, well, I mean, it still wouldn't have been a proper response, but it would have been a good sonically good song, at the very least. Let me see you prove it, prove it, prove it. Yeah, I'm not Aretha Franklin, don't judge me. But Drake, they said stuff like, I didn't have sex with Millie Bobby Brown. Kendrick did not bring up Millie Bobby Brown, Drake. So either all the talk on the internet for years, the hubbubaloo about you and Millie Bobby Brown, has gotten under your skin, you know, because you're a human being, and honestly, how would it not? Or B, you actually shagged Millie Bobby Brown. Screwed around with an underage actress, which is legal, and exactly what the type of stuff, like you just fell into Kendrick's trap. My mom thinks Drake's messing with underage girls now. Honestly, I think it's a coin flip whether or not it's that, or if it just, the accusations just really got under Drake's skin and he let it show in a way that kind of seemingly incriminated him pretty badly. But he also said a lot of double negatives in this song, like, you're not gonna find me on no sex offender list. So we're not gonna find you on the list that says no sex offenders. Also, even people that didn't spot the double negative also said, of course we're not gonna find Drake on a sex offender list. If you were on the sex offender list, it would be Aubrey Graham. And there's all sorts of other double negatives that really makes it seem like he might actually be doing it. And it's especially considering it kind of strikes a little bit that je ne sais quoi, if you will, of a slight hint of R. Kelly in the interview with Gayle King. Though, speaking of that, that's one of the few good jabs he actually gets in on Kendrick. Even though it's not really as bad as it seems. It's more of a matter of ideology, or how you look at it. But he says, if you're still bumping R. Kelly, you can thank the Savior. Said, if they remove R. Kelly, his music's gone too. You're a hypocrite, basically. He says, you're riding deep with R. Kelly and sicking the mob on me, calling me, you know, a kitty diddler. And while that would make sense, it's not really because Kendrick's riding 10 toes deep with R. Kelly. It's just that he says we gotta separate the art from the artist no matter how bad it is. Now that's a matter of perspective and degree, right? Like, I wouldn't exactly be bumping the music from that one rock band with the guy on it that raped the little baby. You know, Ian What's-His-Face. Hope he's fucking rotting in prison. But, yeah, I mean, but when it's other stuff, when it's stuff that's slightly less egregious, like, I don't know, old Kanye versus, insane Kanye that picks a new extremist ideology every few weeks and can't make up his mind about anything. I mean, yeah, we can kind of separate it if you want. It kind of saves you from looking all bad, like being dragged away in a straitjacket. He made graduation! He made graduation! So I can see why Kendrick would be like, we have to separate the art from the artist, and I'm putting my foot down. Also, it might have to do with XXXTentacion being knocked off at the same time. So maybe that's why. Or maybe Kendrick Lamar just really loves Space Jam. Guess we'll never know. Anyways, something I forgot to mention from Euphoria. He said back to back, I like that record. Let me just get back to that for the record. Or, I like that record. I'm gonna get back to that for the record. And dude, he went back to back. Like, seriously, this is all so complex. Don't go after a guy that won't. Don't start beef with the Pulitzer Prize rapper. Be one. That hasn't happened before or since, I'm like 99% sure. Also, don't go and tell Metro to make some drums. Because he might make drums. And he might call it BBL Drizzy. Told you that hashtag in the bottom left of that Rick Ross song coming to play later. Basically, this is all about how Drake fakes his abs, and then it became something else entirely. And then Metro put a bounty on Drake's head, essentially. Winner gets 10 grand. 10 racks. 10,000 clams. Lifetime supply of clam chowder, if you will, with extra cheddar. Basic, like 10 months rent of a condominium. Second place gets a free Metro booming beat on the house, basically, for their music. And now everybody's attacking Drake. Everyone. It's like that quote about Spartacus. They will come and they will be in the millions, man. They will come and they will be in the millions. And I don't know how Drake's going to cope with this, honestly. Honestly, unless he comes back with some serious fire or something. Or like Summer Vibes is just amazing. Like, unless it's like the audio equivalent to the Mona fucking Lisa, I think he might be cooked. But anyways, that's all for this video. Yeah. Although I have ideas for the next one running through my head, so it won't be long. And it won't take 5 attempts. At least I hope to God it won't. And God is good. Like if you like the video. Subscribe if you like this content. And I'll see you all in my next piece of art. Yeah, it's too fucking pretentious. See y'all in the next video.